In this footage, a worker begins welding on top of what appears to be a large industrial tank. At first, everything seems normal. Sparks fly as he works near an open pipe. But within seconds, a violent explosion erupts from inside the tank, sending a column of fire straight up. The blast was caused by flammable gases trapped inside the tank. When exposed to the welding flame, the vapors ignited instantly. Performing hot work on or near tanks, containers, or pipes that have held flammable substances is one of the most dangerous tasks in industry. To prevent this, always test and purge tanks for vapors before any hot work. Use gas detectors to ensure oxygen and combustible levels are safe. Follow hot work permit systems strictly, no exceptions. Ensure fire watch and emergency plans are in place. A single misstep can turn routine welding into a deadly explosion. Hot work safety isn't optional, it's life or death.
Can we call this man the luckiest guy in India? He just finished his laundry, grabs his bags, and walks out like nothing happened. But just a few seconds after he leaves, boom, the washing machine bursts into flames and explodes. The entire shop lights up. If he'd been inside for even a moment longer, this could have ended very differently. Always check your appliances and never leave them running unattended. Sometimes, luck saves you once, but safety saves you always.
Have you ever been so focused on the job that you didn't realize danger was coming straight at you? In this clip, a worker stands close to a rail conveyor as a long metal rod is being automatically fed forward. He doesn't notice that he's standing directly in the rod's path until it presses right into him with force, knocking him backward to the ground. Fortunately, he wasn't seriously hurt, but this could have ended much worse. This kind of accident is all about situational awareness, knowing not just what you're doing, but what the machines around you are doing too. Always stay clear of moving lines, mark no-go zones around conveyors, and make sure operators know when you're nearby. A few steps back can make all the difference between a scare and a serious injury.
In this workshop, workers were polishing parts on a rotating machine when things suddenly took a dangerous turn. Without warning, the machine lost balance. The wheel began to shake violently. The table rattled, and sparks flew as everyone nearby scrambled to get to safety. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt, but this could have ended much worse. When a rotating machine loses balance, it's often a sign of poor maintenance, uneven loading, or loose components. Over time, even a small imbalance can build up into a violent vibration strong enough to tear equipment apart. To prevent this, every machine should be inspected daily, checking for vibration, strange noises, loose bolts, or misaligned parts. Balancing wheels and spindles regularly is crucial, especially in polishing or grinding operation. Machines should also be firmly anchored to stable surfaces, and operators must stand clear during startup, when vibrations are most likely to appear. Finally, maintenance should only be performed with the power completely off, and guards must always be in place to contain any sudden failure. Safety in workshops isn't just about wearing PPE, it's about keeping the machines themselves safe to use. A stable machine means a safe operator. In this factory, a worker approaches a massive rolling machine to make what seems like a quick adjustment. The rollers keep spinning, and within seconds he's pulled straight into the moving parts. Incidents like this happen faster than anyone can react. These rollers don't stop when something goes wrong. They pull with tons of force, leaving no chance for escape. The tragedy here wasn't just bad luck. It was a failure of safety systems and work practices. Every roller machine must have fixed or interlocked guards that prevent workers from reaching into moving parts. Machines should only be approached after they are fully powered down and locked out using the lockout tagout (LOTO) procedure. Emergency stop buttons must be clearly visible and functional, and operators should be trained never to adjust materials while the rollers are turning. Regular safety audits, clear signage, and supervisor enforcement can make the difference between a safe shift and a fatal one. No task is worth the risk of approaching a running machine, because once you're caught, it's already too late. This isn't a forklift accident, it's an act of rage. Moments after being fired, this operator turns his machine into a weapon, plowing through bins, walls, and stacked materials inside the warehouse. What starts as anger quickly becomes chaos. Forklifts weigh several tons and can crush anything, or anyone, in their path. Incidents like this remind us that workplace safety isn't only about machines and procedures. It's also about people and emotions. When employees face termination or severe stress, protocols for safe and calm exits must be in place. Security teams should be present, keys and access badges collected immediately, and heavy equipment disabled. Every company should train supervisors to de-escalate confrontations and protect everyone on site. In safety, prevention starts before the danger even begins, because when emotions take control, no one is safe.
In this factory, a worker gets too close to a running roller machine, and in a split second, she's pulled in completely. The rollers drag her entire body over, wrapping and crushing her before anyone nearby can react. This is one of the most terrifying things that can happen in an industrial setting, and it's almost always preventable. These rollers move with incredible force. Once clothing or a sleeve gets caught, the machine doesn't stop. It keeps pulling until it's too late. To prevent tragedies like this, roller guards and interlock covers must always be in place. Machines should automatically shut down when a guard is lifted. Operators must follow strict lockout, tagout procedures before clearing jams or adjusting materials. Loose clothing, jewelry, and scarves should never be worn near rotating machinery. And every worker should be trained to hit the emergency stop the moment something looks unsafe. Safety isn't optional, because these machines don't forgive mistakes. 1 second of carelessness can take everything. In safety, prevention starts before the danger even begins, because when emotions take control, no one is safe.
This worker was using a high-pressure sprayer to clean or coat a tiled wall when the tool suddenly kicked back. In a split second, it jerks out of his grip, spinning and striking him as he falls to the ground. He's lucky. A tool like this can easily break bones, cause deep lacerations, or even electrocute a worker if it hits water or exposed wiring. Incidents like this happen when power tools aren't properly checked or secured. Before using any high-pressure or rotary equipment, workers must inspect hoses, cables, and fittings for leaks or damage. Wear proper PPE, gloves with grip, eye protection, and long sleeves. Keep a firm stance and distance from the wall to control recoil, and never operate near puddles or unstable footing. Every power tool demands respect. One wrong move, one kickback, and it can hit back harder than you expect. Safety isn't about luck, it's about preparation. A worker stands beside a construction wall, unaware that a truck is reversing just meters away. In the blink of an eye, the truck backs into the wall, and the entire structure collapses onto him. He never had a chance to move. This kind of accident happens when temporary or boundary walls are not properly reinforced and when vehicle movement is left unsupervised. Heavy vehicles like dump trucks or mixers create massive impact forces. Even a small bump can destroy weak masonry. To prevent this, every site must have clear traffic management plans, with designated driving lanes, spotters guiding trucks, and restricted pedestrian zones. Walls near vehicle routes should be structurally supported or fenced off until the area is stabilized. And no worker should ever stand near an unstable wall or behind a moving truck without visibility or signals. Every second counts on a construction site, and every wall, every load, every movement must be treated as a potential hazard. One act of carelessness, one missed check, and it can end in tragedy. This guy opened that valve like he knew exactly what he was doing. Turns out, he absolutely did not. In seconds, the tank erupts, flooding the entire floor and nearly sweeping him off his feet. That wasn't just a spill. That was hundreds of kilos of pressurized mash bursting out at once. Incidents like this happen when valves or hatches are opened without checking internal pressure or tank status. Before handling any pressurized system, always read the pressure gauge and confirm it's fully vented. Stand to the side of the release point, never in front, and ensure drain paths are clear before opening. It takes one careless move to turn routine work into a flood zone. Check first, open second, or you might end up swimming in your own mistake. This started as a simple repair job, until one swing turned into a career-ending mistake. My guy went for the pipe, but ended up at the nuts. That's not a hammer strike, that's instant pain and regret. Jokes aside, this is why coordination and spacing matter on work sites. When working in pairs, always maintain safe distance between tools and teammates. Communicate before every strike.
and use controlled force, not wild swings. One missed aim is all it takes for a job to go from mechanical work to medical emergency.